shortly. For your safety, all passengers are to remain on stairs, ramps, and landings until the ferry has come to a complete stop at the terminal. Thank you for riding the Staten Island Ferry.
Try moving fast, try moving slow, try all kinds of different ways of being in the space. I know that sounds a little strange, but do you understand what I'm talking about? Yep. Okay. There are no rules. You don't have to do anything except that you can't just sit still. Okay? And please do not touch anybody else inappropriately. Okay? Everyone on your feet. The first couple of songs, I felt like everyone was like, I don't know if this is going to be weird, right? And Randy usually makes us do dumb stuff like this. It's going to make us look weird anyway. So then by the third song, you were like, so what? We all look weird together, right? Yeah. So what is musical theater at its core? Musical theater is a heightened sense of reality, right?
IlluminArt's using theater as a tool to talk about social justice and to hopefully be a catalyst for social change and to make life better for everybody, because that's really what our goal is, to use something that's so powerful and so emotional and visceral. Theater can really affect people's emotions, so being able to use that for a source for good is really an exciting way to combine my different passions.
Any other ideas? Don't be afraid to tell me your ideas, guys. I know some people are very vocal, and some people are very... I'm a little lost. Some people are very quiet. So was that the... Do we all agree that was the end of the scene?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So Courtney and Claire leave.
How do you know?
Yeah. And then they leave, and then it's Penny and Stacy under the...
We explain the concept of a play, what the 4 elements are: character, conflict, setting, and dialogue. We had the privilege to work on Truth in Excess with them. They, through their improvisations, created the play. We had some amazing conversations together and developed some really great scenes.
We brought up the issues of teenage binge drinking and teenage alcoholism and the decisions that alcohol leads teenagers to make. You know, I am teenaged, I suppose we'll call it rebellious, but it helped me to realize that my decisions definitely have consequences.
We sleep without tears, if we only have love, with our arms open.
Currently, we are in residence at 3 schools, as well as different organizations around the island.
I need to see some volunteers to come up and read what we have so far, okay? On our second play.
I need help. Me, my tour bus is broken.
Good job.
And hoping in my jet now.
Good job. Round of applause. Everybody clap it up for them.
With PS 57, they have been without the arts for, I don't know if they said 5 or 6 years already, which is way too long to be without art when you're a child. They had only academic programs. They had no visual art, no music, no performing art, none of that. And so they were really lacking in that regard. They really, you know, they were struggling to find an outlet for kids who learn in a different way. We create a whole world where kids can write about whatever they want, and there's no one telling them that they have to spell things right, and there's no one telling them that they have to use correct grammar. There's no one telling them anything. They can write about whatever they want.
I think we want to teach people that through our play that, you know, healthy eating can be fun, it can be a little messy, and it can be delicious. So we may not want to kill off one of our characters, but we may want to help him, you know? So what did you say? Alright, so you have, I don't care if you deep fried me, because I'll spray you with my vegetable juice. Yeah, we could totally have that. Can we have that in our play? Yeah! Da, da, da. there's a class that I'm working with, and I'm like, they were really hard to work with at first. And I was kind of, me and my partner, we were kind of nervous and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, like, just talking with them and, like, these ideas started just flowing off. And they were, you know, I felt like a connection with the class. And then Jello Land appeared. And then this fish Jello appeared. And this evil emperor who's made out of hot sauce. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, just talking with these kids created a world that I would never think of that would, you know, be around.
But these are kids who I was told, oh, they're not real writers. I don't know how this is going to go because they're not writers. They're not performing at grade level. They're struggling kids. It was just a really great feeling because I could tell that it really meant something for them to be able to have that creative experience.
We can tell everyone we know, pack up your booze and go. Run to toe and we'll get the dough, and once we get going, we're never gonna stop.
We have this.
We're like in an episode.
Sometimes theater doesn't need to change the world, sometimes it just needs to entertain. And that's okay too, and I would love to be able to get to the point where we had every aspect of theater happening right here in Staten Island.
Yeah, I'm really not worried about this. I'm so worried about my scene. Yeah, I'm more worried about the lines. My lines.
All right.
So
one more time. You want me to take the? I'm tired of
My
knocked off my ass.
casting crew here, they've become like my family. So I love working with them. They're great artists. They're great actors.
You know, if we had to dream forward, it would be to a time when we had our own space where I can say to our actors and teaching artists, hey, we've got this now, and make a difference with your art.
As much as we want to stay here and be that family and stick together forever, I think we all kind of know that eventually we'll be moving on to bigger things, to bigger and brighter horizons.
And just thinking about some arts project.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. So today you're going to see Truth in Excess, which is a play about the consequences of underage and excessive drinking. This actually was written from ideas from high school students. And this is our professional touring company that's performing it for you today. Now I present Truth in Excess.